Hi guys, welcome to my third YouTube video. So I've started this new series or new playlist called recommendations, wherein I'll be recommending you certain apps or basically solutions to different problems which you all might be facing. So as you all know, we are soon going to enter lockdown 4.0, and right now there is a lot of hype of online webinars, online courses, online lectures, online tutorials. So here I have a list of certain apps and the features which they offer, so that you can choose which video conferencing app or video conferencing platform is best suited for you. And pro tip, please stay till the end of the video so you get to know what my best recommendation is for what kind of customer, and certain honorable mentions as well. So here I have four apps. I have four apps to talk about. You have Zoom, you have Cisco, you have Google Meets, and you have Microsoft Teams. These are the four major apps or video conferencing platforms I'll be talking about. First of all these four apps offer different plans. So it can be the basic plan, it can be the standard, it can be business and enterprise. These are the four plans generally. Except the free or the basic plan, all of the plans cost you a certain amount of money. So whatever features I'll be talking about are exclusive to the free or the basic plan. So let's begin with Zoom. Zoom first of all offers you a time limit duration of 40 minutes. 40 minutes is the maximum time limit in the free basic plan. Other than that, up to 100 participants can participate. So 40 minutes and 100 participants. These are the two basic features which Zoom offers. In addition to that, you get screen sharing. So basically you can share your documents from your PC or smartphone and other participants will be able to view it. Screen sharing is available. Another feature is screen recording. So you can record the entire meeting, audio as well as the video. Video gets recorded in 720p resolution, and MP3 audio is, similar to the video. It gets recorded and the entire recording is saved on your laptop or smartphone itself. If you want to host a meeting or schedule a meeting, you have to download the app and create the Zoom account. If you just want to join, then there is no need to download the app or whatever. So in addition to these features, these are the certain basic features, of course, but you also get some funny gimmicky features. So for instance, you have this virtual background feature wherein you are able to edit your background. I don't know why we need that, but that's what Zoom offers. You also get touch my appearance feature wherein you are able to highlight or brighten your face when the front facing camera is on. So these are the two gimmicky funny features which are not compulsory, but Zoom also provides you that. Now I'll show you how the Zoom screen layout looks like when you actually start a meeting. Just a sec. So as you can see in the bottom left corner, you get the unmute or mute button. You get the start video or stop video button. You also get the share screen button. And if you are the host, you can record the meeting as well. You can chat with the participants or you can chat with the host, and you can chat with everyone simultaneously as well. Another important feature which I found is simultaneous screen sharing. So out of the 100 participants, 25 participants can share their screen at a single time. So that's interesting. That's a major feature. Now, whenever you download the app, you can, schedule a meeting. One important suggestion or pro tip is that there is an option of recurring meeting. So as I said, 40 minutes time duration is the limit. But if you click on the recurring meeting, then after the meeting ends, like the first meeting ends, when you click on the link again, the meeting again starts for next 40 minutes. So that's a pro tip suggestion which I will give you. Another important thing is there is a lot of good integration with Google and Outlook Calendar. So if you have a Gmail account and you log in with a Gmail account, then if you schedule a meeting, then you get a pop-up, and the integration is all good. So that's all about Zoom. Another thing is when you go onto their website, you have this test or demo service. So if you don't know how to use the app, if you don't know how to schedule a meeting, so you can book an appointment with the demo team or the sales team, and they will give you an overview of all the features and how to go about scheduling the meeting. Next up is Cisco WebEx. The major differentiating factor between Cisco and Zoom is that Cisco has no limit on its time. No time limit. That's a major differentiating factor. The meeting can continue for hours and hours and hours. But a catch over there is that there is no screen recording feature unless you use a desktop. So if you use a smartphone, then you cannot record the meeting. But if you use a PC, then you can record the meeting. So that's compensating factor over there. No time limit, but then no meeting recording if you use a smartphone. Another catch over there is that if you want to schedule a meeting, then you need to download the app. But even if you need to join a meeting, even then you need to download the app. So Cisco has this catch over there. According to me, Cisco is more of for a professional user, for like office use, and Zoom is more for a casual, friendly video conferencing meet. Now I'll show you the home screen layout of how a Cisco WebEx meeting app looks like. Just a sec. Here you can see how the Cisco WebEx meeting app looks like. You have the microphone on off, video on off, screen sharing, chat, participants, and the meeting end button. Sorry. On the top right corner, you can get the connected or the disconnected signal. So it lets you know whether your microphone is on or off. Down there, you can also change the layout of the screen. So you can have a full screen layout, or you can have a grid layout, or you can have a sidebar layout. That depends on your preference. So that's how the Zoom meeting app, home layout looks like. As I said, I've used both, and as far as my knowledge goes, Cisco does sometimes have issues with the network. So sometimes you cannot connect with the other people. There are some latency issues, but it's okay. It gets the job done. Compared to Zoom, you have certain advantages, but you also get certain disadvantages. Now, let's talk about Google Meet. So Google Meet is basically Google Hangouts. So before it was called Google Hangouts, now it's called Google Meets. The major important factor for me why people will choose Google is because you don't need to download any app. That's for the desktop users. If you use a smartphone, you need to download the app for whichever video conferencing platform. If you use a desktop and you have a Gmail account, if you open the Gmail account and the Gmail app is updated in your Windows laptop, in the left side, you will get to see the Google Meet new feature. So if you have a Gmail account, which everyone has, you can start the meeting instantly and no need to download any other app. So that's a very important feature. Time limit is 60 minutes. 60 minutes is the time limit, but because due to lockdown in other countries, Google has extended the time limit to 24 hours. So the meeting can continue for 24 hours, and after that you'll have to reschedule it again. So it was 60 minutes before, but now 24 hours is the time limit. Regarding the participants, 100 participants. In Cisco as well, 100 participants. Zoom also 100 participants. Google Meet also 100 participants. Don't worry, at the end of the video, I'll be giving a detailed comparison of all these features simultaneously in a single window. So you'll get to know which app is best. So Google, as I said, 100 participants, 24-hour meeting duration, and no need to download any app. Other than that, a major differentiating factor which no other platform offers is live captions. So if you're not able to hear the other person talking, you can turn on the option of turn on captions. So it will live transcript whatever the other person is saying. Right now, I'll show you the home screen layout of how a Google Meet app home layout looks like. So here you can see it's very minimalistic. You get the meeting details in the left. You have the microphone on off. You have the end meeting button. You have the start or stop video button. And as I said, you have the turn on captions over there as well. And you obviously get screen sharing. According to my knowledge, there is no option of recording the meeting in Google Meets. So that is an important feature which we need to understand. There is no option of recording the meeting. So I don't know why Google does not have that option, but I haven't seen anyone recording the meeting in Google Meets. And I've searched it online as well, and you don't have the option of recording the meeting in Google Meets app. So yeah, Google Meets is good because you don't need to download any app, and obviously it works very well with your Gmail account, with your Google Calendar, and if you have an Android device, then it's a blessing in disguise. It integrates the Google Calendar really well. If you schedule the meeting, you get a pop-up. One feature, not a feature, but one thing I'd like to talk about is in case of Cisco and Zoom, you can schedule the meeting beforehand. So for example, if you want to schedule a meeting today at 12:30, you can do it one day before. But in case of Google Meet, there is no option of scheduling a meeting in the basic plan at least. So if you want to schedule a meeting at 12:30, you need to send other people invitation just 5 minutes before. What I mean is, as said, if you want to start the meeting at 12:30, at 12:25 you need to type Google Meet in the Google search, start the meeting, then copy the meeting invitation and then send it via WhatsApp or via email. So there is no option of scheduling a meeting as such in Google Meets. So that's all about Google Meet. The next up is Microsoft Teams. So as you all know, Microsoft Teams is the best suited app for office use. So there is good integration with all the MS Office apps, Office 365. So it's the best for professional use. Regarding the participants, 100 participants, no time limit duration in the basic plan, of course. But there is no meeting recording feature. So yeah, it's, as I said, it's for the office use. So if you want to go for Microsoft, then you at least need to own a business so you can take maximum advantage of all the other features. Regarding file sharing, you can obviously share your screen, but you can also share files via chats. So that's 2 GB per user is the limit of file sharing. And other than that, Microsoft, as far as I know, is best suited for professional and hardcore business people. Now I'll show you how the Microsoft home screen layout looks like in the Microsoft Teams app. So here you can see you have again the time duration, you have the microphone on off, you have the video on off, you have the screen sharing option, you have the chats option, and obviously you can end the meeting. One interesting funny feature which I've seen is the themes feature in Microsoft. So you can either change it to dark or light. So if you choose dark, the whole home screen becomes black, and if you choose white, if you choose light, it becomes white. So these are the 4 apps I talked about. Now what my best recommendation is, so for people who are looking for a business video conferencing app, then hands down you have to go for Microsoft Teams. Of course, if you own a business, at least a small enterprise, then you'll be able to take advantage of all the features which they have to offer. But if you're looking for a casual, just a friendly video meet app, then Zoom is the best suited for you, because you have the screen recording as well, you have virtual background features, and you obviously get screen sharing. And 40 minutes, okay, 40 minutes is an issue, but as I mentioned, you can choose the recurring meeting button when you schedule a meeting, and then you can just go clicking on, and it will continue for the next 40 minutes. So Zoom is more for a friendly casual meet, and Microsoft Teams is for the professionals. These are the extremes of the two extremes of the spectrum. But if you fall somewhere in between, and if you don't care about the recording the meeting, then Google Meet is the best. And Cisco, other than the fact that it has certain issues with connection, Cisco is also good. So just to sum up my point, if you want a friendly casual meet, then go for Zoom. If you want a professional, go for Microsoft Teams. And if you fall somewhere in middle, go for Cisco or Google Meets. Now, regarding the honorable mentions, so of course, other than these video conferencing platform, there are certain other apps as well. So WhatsApp video call, WhatsApp has updated its app, and now you can video call with 8 participants. So that's again a good choice. If you have Google Duo, you can download it on the Play Store or the App Store. You can chat with 12 people in Google Duo. So 8 people in WhatsApp, 12 people in Google Duo. If you are an iPhone user, like an Apple user, you can go with FaceTime. So there are, I guess, 32 is the participant limit in FaceTime. So that's great, but it's exclusive to Apple users. Of course, you also have Facebook video call, and in that there is a limit of 50 participants. And obviously also you have Instagram video call, wherein the participant limitation is only 4. So just to sum up again, WhatsApp is for 8 people. You have Google Duo is for 12 people. FaceTime is another option which is for 32 people. You have Instagram which is for 4 people, and you get Facebook video call which is for 50 people. So yeah, these are my recommendations. You can obviously check out the links in the description below, and you can decide for yourself which is best suited for you. So please like, share and subscribe as always, and please share this video with your friends or even your colleagues, your managers, your professors, so they can select a good video conferencing app for you to for the lectures and tutorials. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.